Alright, what is going on, my dudes? We are back here today with a video I have been so excited to make for about 3 weeks now. I've had this footage for about 3 weeks or so. It may have been like 2 weeks. I've kind of lost track in time. But as you can see, man, Sabretooth is freaking unbelievable now. When you put Sasquatch on the team with Sabretooth, he becomes one of the most insane champions to use in long content, like Labyrinth, even possibly Abyss, Realm of Legends he'd be a freaking monster in. Those are pretty much the 3 big long-term contents now, and he's even going to be insane in Act 6 and other story content as well. Now, you're probably wondering why he's hitting 40k mediums and 30k light attacks. Well, I'll tell you, the synergy that Sasquatch gives to Sabretooth is that if he tosses one special 3 in his fight, he gets 1 persistent charge. Now, Sabretooth has always been a beast, but his downside is that he has these persistent charges, and after they all go away, all of his passive furies that go on from fight to fight, well, they're all wiped out. But now, that's not something we have to worry about anymore, and we can rack up 50 or more passive furies in content like Labyrinth. And now I know I'm about to get a lot of slack for what I'm about to say, but I personally think that this synergy makes Sabretooth better than Ægon for Labyrinth of Legends, at least for any of the normal fights. Now, this is the synergy right here. As you can see, once per fight, throwing a special 3 grants 1 persistent charge, all right? Very, very cool, very, very awesome. So let's go over how that works. This is how you want to build it up, okay? Now, you don't have to purposely die like I'm going to here, but this is what I did for this video, all right? I did my usual, got to 5 passive furies, and then I had an active fury, and I tossed off a special 3, all right? Now, you can only get 5 passive furies per fight for the first couple rounds, all right? And I'll explain all of this right now. So, right after the special 3, I'm going to have 2 active furies. I'm going to pause the game, and I'm going to quit out, or you can die, or you can finish the fight, all right? Now I'm gonna revive, and I'm gonna go back in. I, of course, could have finished that fight, and if you're doing the Labyrinth run, I do advise you to finish the fight, but just for teaching purposes, we're gonna go back in. Now you'll notice I have 7 passive furies. Now I'm gonna do the same thing again. I can gain 5 more. I'm gonna get up to 12 now, okay? I personally found, I thought it was funny and easy to gain them like this, because you get the active fury by landing 10 hits or getting hit 5 times, so I was just getting hit just to speed it up a little bit. I'm doing the exact same thing here, going back in again. Now in his kit, all right, he can't get above 15 passive furies, okay? You'll see right here, I'm gonna activate a fury, and now I'm gonna go back, and I am going to parry and go back, and right here, boom, that would have banked a 16th fury, but he can't go above 15 in fight. But there's always been ways to counter that and to go above that. If you end the fight with Furies active or with a special 3, you're going to gain 2 extra Furies. So in the past, we've seen videos of like rank 5 Sabretooths with like 21 Furies for like 1 fight doing really, really amazing damage. But now we can have that, but we can keep going further. So we had our 15 furies, we had the 2 active furies at the end, we're gonna revive, we're gonna jump right back in against this Red Hulk here, and let's see what happens, man. We should be at 17. Are we at 17? Yes, we are. We are now at 17 passive furies, and as you can see, even at just 17, he's hitting pretty much how Ægon hits, man, fully ramped up. So here we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna get that active fury, we're gonna toss off the special 3, and then after the special 3 is over, what are we gonna do? We're gonna pause the game, and we're gonna quit out, or we're gonna let them kill us, or we're gonna kill them, and then we're gonna have 19 passive furies, all right? And now, of course, I showed the clips before the beginning of the video, fully ramped up with like 50 plus furies against Venom and against Maestro, and you're probably saying to yourself, what's that gonna be like? Like how many revives is that gonna take to get there? Well, he does pretty well at like a normal amount of furies as well, so let's jump right into some Labyrinth content now, all right? Alright, so first up here we have Electra. Now as you can see in the top left of the screen, we have 30 passive furies. Alright, so what we know about Sabretooth is that we can get up to 15 naturally in fights, and then after that third fight you can get to 17 naturally, right? Alright, so we know that, so that means that we used about 6 revives, cheesing our way up to 30. But not really, we used about 5, and then we killed Old Man Logan with the special 3, and then we got to 30. So we're now on the third fight in Labyrinth of Legends, and well, I've been rambling here to you for about, what, 45 seconds, and Electra is just about half dead, man. So we spent about 5, 6, 7 minutes ramping Sabretooth up, and now he's hitting 25k mediums, about 15k light attacks, and he also has Omega Red with him, so he's bleeding the opponent as well, and all of those bleeds are scaling with the Furies as well, man. We took a little combo to the face there, but not the biggest deal in the world at all. Now keep in mind there, you can see on the top left of the screen, we only have 1 persistent charge left, right? So that means that we really gotta be attentive that we throw a special 3 every single fight just to make sure we don't run out of those guys, because that would be really bad, because then all of the hard work would be for nothing, which is pretty much how Sabretooth works now. You know, the issue with Sabretooth is that you go into a fight, let's say you get like 4 persistent charges, you build him up, but then you go into your 5th fight and he's back at 0 charges, and that's not really going to be working in AW or AQ or Act 6, you know what I mean? A new issue actually is that if you bring them into AQ, they're probably going to be dead when you have 20, 30 Furies before you could even get to a special 3, man. 1 combo, they'll be dead. Like, it's kind of insane, man. That Electra fight was about 90 seconds or so. We're gonna jump right into this Ms. Marvel fight, which is immediately after, and just keep in mind there, we finished Electra with the special 3, and we went up to passive Furies, up to 32. Now, we're not gonna show this whole fight, we're gonna move on a little bit here, onto... who do we have next? I believe this is going to be Falcon. So now we're going to move to about halfway through Labyrinth. We got to Falcon in about 20 minutes or so, man, which is kind of crazy, man. Like, that's just insane. When Labyrinth first came out, it was taking people like 5, 6, 7 hours, like as long as it takes people to do Abyss now. Like, that's just insane. And this is just a rank 2 Sabretooth, by the way. So look at that, 15 hits in, and Falcon is already a quarter dead. That is unbelievable. We now have 44 passive Furies. Combine that with the active Fury that pops up. We also have 0 persistent charges left. Now, I recorded this about 3 weeks ago. I don't remember where I messed up that one fight where I didn't get the special 3 off, but that's not too important. Here we are at 40 hits, and he's down to 50% health, about 45 to 60 seconds into this fight. That is just unbelievable, man. Ægon would not be doing this fast. Like, don't get me wrong, Ægon is still probably the best and smartest option to use in Labyrinth. He doesn't require, you know, reviving 3-4 times to start out, but like, dude, honestly, man, the speed that Sabretooth is getting through these fights, it's just unbelievable, man. What I'm seeing this is that if you don't have an Ægon and you have a Sabretooth and you end up pulling Sasquatch as a 4-star, or possibly, I don't know if the synergy is there for a 3-star, but like, this could be your Labyrinth option, man, for real. Like, he's doing such a good job here, man. So here I'm tossing off that special 3 after I got hit 5 times, so I had the active Fury, so I'm gonna bank those Furies into the passive ones as well. It's always really, really great to end it like that, so you can pop those 2 passive Furies up. Up next, we're just gonna speed through this fight here. This is a Gamora fight, just to show you, again, man, 46 passive Furies. We're throwing off our first special 3. By the time we get to our first special 3, they're down a half health. Here, There, she's dead already, man. That was about a 70-second fight. Now this fight I wanted to put in its whole, man. This is the infamous EX Ant-Man that glances all of your attacks and causes this fight to go on for like 19 hours, man. Not actually that long, but like back in the day, this fight caused people a lot of grief, man. There are like videos of like streamers doing this fight, like spending like 15, 20, even longer minutes on this fight, timing out to the enraged timer, and here, 25 hits in, he's down to 70% health. That is absolutely freaking nutty, man. Like, it's actually insane. When we first got Sasquatch to the CCP server, dude, let me tell you, man, the first thing that I did was I hopped into Labyrinth and I said, I'm gonna test out this synergy with Sabretooth. I expected to go like 4 or 5 fights. I did not in a million years expect to do an entire Labyrinth run that night. It took about an hour. It took an hour to do an entire Labyrinth run, and it took 3 minutes to kill Maestro. It's just insane, man. Like, you read the synergy on paper and it's like, all right, that's going to be really good for Sabretooth. Like, this is probably going to make him a lot less RNG dependent, and it's going to take away that crappy feeling of like, oh man, everything I worked for is like just flushed down the drain because my persistent charges ran out, blah 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 blah. That's not an issue anymore, man. We just hit a 35k medium and now we're ticking a bleed that's going for like 6k per second, man. That's like tossing off a special 2 with Ægon after you like get hit charging the heavy and then the bleed ticks down, and that's just from one medium attack. Like, I'm seriously standing by the fact that Sabretooth with this synergy is better for Labyrinth in most fights than Ægon, and I'm standing by that 100%, man. Even for like the niche fights, dude. Like, I don't think Sabretooth's gonna be able to do like Electro for like obvious reasons, but like for a lot of those niche fights, man, he's just gonna be killing them in like a minute and a half. You know, obviously he can't do like Abomination or Guillotine unless you bring Nick Fury and Deadpool with you, which might be a good idea anyway if you're running Suicides. But look at that, Ant-Man in 87 hits, man. That is absolutely insane. Here's Venom, dude. We're just gonna skip to the end here because all these fights are pretty much the same, man. It's just Sabretooth goes in and just completely drains them, man. Here I was trying to build up to a special 3 so I could bank a Fury, but it's just not even working because we're just doing so much damage, man. Same story for Iron Fist here. 70 hits in, he's down to 9% health. It was about 50, 60 seconds at this point, man. Look at those crits. Look at those giant yellow numbers. That is unbelievable, man. I never thought that we'd be getting through Labyrinth fights in less than 100 hits. It's literally blowing my mind, man. And now the bleed just absolutely wrecks him at the end, so we banked those 2 Furies. That's crazy. And then Civil Warrior, this is the last fight before Maestro, man, and he's just it's the same story. You know, Civil Warrior banks those armor ups, so at times it goes a little bit slower, but we were still doing like 15k criticals, like 15k mediums and light attacks when he had like 4 or 5 armor ups. It's just absolutely nutty, man. Like, I can't get over the synergy. Like, if I didn't have Labyrinth 100% like over a year ago, I'd honestly be doing it with Sabretooth, man. Like, it's just unbelievable, man. I am over the moon with the synergy, if you guys can't tell. I'm a very big fan. I think I'm going to upload the the Maestro solo first, and then this is going to go up. So if you haven't seen the Maestro solo, dude, it's literally like less than 3 minutes. Please go check it out if you haven't already. It's pretty insane, man. I'm probably going to link it like right here. So if you haven't seen it yet, give it a click. If you have seen it, give it a click anyway, man. But yeah, dude, that's going to be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making this video. I really hope I pull a Sasquatch soon so that my 6-star Sabretooth becomes an absolute beast on the live server, man. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and leave a like. Comment what you think about this new synergy in the comment section below, and subscribe if you want to see some more content like this coming to you very soon. I'll be seeing you around.